our environment. Why? Regardless of your background, regardless of your educational attainment, regardless of your personality, we will experience the challenges of life, both the positive and the negative. But how you will deal with the challenges of life, our decision is within ourselves. So open-mindedness is a must or it is necessary. Take note, guys, or take note, fellow educators, take note, our beloved managers, and take note for those who are struggling now to find job or to improve their career. It is unnecessary for us to first, don't be judgmental, be open-minded. And that's why the thinking mind, it is affirmation of the law of attraction. It is easy to spot yellow car when you are always thinking about yellow car because you are what? The mind processes what you love to see. It is to spot opportunity when you're always thinking of opportunity. Like, for example, what is happening right now. So most of us say that pandemic has a negative side. But looking at the positive side, pandemic also brought us to self-reflection, rethinking our way of life, revaluing things, objects, and people. And easy to spot reason to be mad when you are always thinking of being mad. That's why simple things really made us mad. You became what you are constantly think about. So therefore, the takeaway for the thinking mind is watch yourself. If you will not watch yourself, who will watch it for you? The first person who will be accountable and responsible for our well-being, our mental health, is us. Ako at ikaw. Sarili mo lang. Yourself. Why? If you will not do it, you will have a continuous quest for affirmation from other people. What if other people are also struggling for themselves? So what will happen to you? So therefore, I repeat, we should watch ourselves, we should watch our day-to-day activity, our perspectives and principles in life. So that is for the introduction. Then for the what we call in psychology a non-scientific activity, let's have an activity first. So we have an envelope, four envelopes. Please select the color of an envelope you are interested to open right now. So I'm giving you 10 seconds to reply in our chat box. Are you attracted to black, to red, to yellow, or to blue? So it is expected that your responses will vary because of the concept and principle that everybody is unique and everybody has its own preferences. So now, are you excited to know what is written in the envelope? Okay. Yes, according to Sir Rodel. Yes, according to Donna Roca. Hello, Donna. And yes, to other people. So let's now open the envelope. So if you choose black, according to note.com, dear person reading this or opening this envelope, don't be jealous of someone's success. Why? Trust yourself and your process. Celebrate your tiny progress. You did very well, brave soul. Time will come, you will have everything that your heart desires. Trust yourself always. I hope it is fitted for you. For those who selected red, this is the statement. I hope you learn to love yourself. Accept the imperfections and flaws. You don't need to defend yourself to someone. Learning to love yourself and accept yourself is what you need right now. And for those who open yellow, if no one is showing your love, if this is the case, know that I love you, even though we don't have a personal relationship, because you deserve so much love. You're probably one of the most kind-hearted people with a beautiful personality, and they don't see that right now. But know that somebody will see that and hold your hands forever. So it is an affirmation of other people in the future. Okay? And for those who have what we call your chosen is blue, yes, the person reading me, I know you've been working so hard. Okay? Either it is your project or other concerns, your hard to get your goals. Sometimes you feel like quitting, which is a natural. Ayoko na. I'm tired. I give up because it's getting too hard and you just feel like you can't do it anymore. But never give up because I believe you'll get to those goals and you'll be so happy and so proud of yourself. And so will I. Always know that you'll make it because you're hardworking and so very talented. So this is a non-scientific because of engagement, because of affirmation, it will boost your morale. It will give you a sense of hope and inspiration that, okay, give me whatever you want to give. I can do it. I can survive. Even though you will experience other negative side, loneliness, but there is an opposite of loneliness. That's what we call the happiness. There will be some source of rejection, but there is an opposite of rejection, which is acceptance. And later on, we will deal on how the tips and hows or the practical applications on how to take care of our mental health and even our well-being in general. So, why we are talking about this? So, the pertaining to policy, we have what we call the involvement of UNESCO or the World Health Organization. According to World Health Organization, we need to celebrate mental health. And October 10 is described or it is dedicated to World Mental Health Day. But there is a October as our mental health. Why it is important for this, wherein the World Health Organization declared this. Why? Because it is an information campaign. It is a policy formation. At the same time, it is an opportunity to take a break, reflect, and see what is happening within ourselves. And for your information, it is 3 hours when I downloaded it last Thursday. But now, today is Friday. So 1 day ago, the Philippine Star, according to Philippine Star information, DOH, National Mental Health Program Manager Frances Priscilla Cualves, said that at least 3.6 million Filipinos were found to have mental conditions. So, looking at this, we have 2 points, the positive one and the negative one. The negative one is 3.6 million Filipinos is still 3.6 Filipinos. It means that still there are people who are suffering from mental conditions. The positive side is because of the survey, people now have the courage. They are brave now to say that, yes, I am suffering from mental conditions. Why? From the matter of acceptance, intervention will come in. From the matter of identifying what mental conditions you are suffering from, then people who are expert or knowledgeable on that particular mental conditions will happy and willing to assist you. So therefore, there is what we call end of the stigma. Before, if you are suffering from mental conditions, people will give you negative feedback, negative comments, and others. So this is an statistics wherein it really call our attention to make an action. That's why we have the Republic Act pertaining to the mental health. And a specific or a simple definition of what is a mental health. We have a lot of available IEC materials. We have a lot of webinars. We have technicalities of what is a mental health. But I choose to say the Tanglaw mental health, wherein like physical health is a category of health that caters to the between balance between emotional and mental wellness and illnesses. So even in the presentation, there is two, the positive and the negative, the mental wellness and illnesses. The main reason why we need to cater both, we have our desire for the mental health that the number of those people who are mentally healthy is higher than those who are suffering from mental illness. And mental health is consists of the scope. First is what we called stresses of life. We need to cope with the stresses of life. If you have a wishful thinking that stress will end, there will be no stress in life, I'm sorry to tell you, as long as we are alive, as long as we are in this planet, stress will be part and parcel of our life. But how to deal with stress, it will depend to a person to a person. That's why we are attending webinars like this so that we can have one or two or three takeaways for us to handle stress properly. And another one is live and work productively. That's our desire. In one of the webinars we attended, the work and non-work life integration. Not only the balance, but it is on the integration. And another one is create the need for social relationships and support system. And this is the reason why I chose to use the biophysiological model. The biophysiological model deals with the three aspects, the biological need and concerns and statuses, the psychological and the social. Please take note that we will look into these three from this slide up to the last slide. We should not forget that as a person, we have our biological, psychological, and social background. Now, there is a statement for mental health awareness life. Please take note of this. I really love to share with you this one. It is posted on July 28 at 6:03 a.m. You are not a burden. If in case you are a Filipino, you are one of those 3.6 million who are suffering from mental illnesses. Oh guys, oh dear, you are not a burden. You are not a burden for having needs because you experience trauma. No. When you need of support, when your self-care feels too difficult, when you're asking for help, for having a chronic illness, when feeling lost, for feeling strongly, for because of mental illness, for having needs, or simply put, for being you. Take note of this. I mentioned a while ago the law of attraction. It means that if you are suffering from mental health and you have some stresses in life, you are not a burden. Because if you will look into yourself as a burden, of course, your decision making, your behavior will be affected. Wherein it seems that, okay, you have 3 meals for a day, and then you will say that I am not fortunate. But other people are suffering from poverty. In a day, they will eat once. Noodles pa sa Tagalog. But you are eating three. In other concept, we have what we call the gratitude. Be thankful of what you have right now. So I repeat, this is really important. You are not a burden for whatever your present situation is. I repeat, you are not a burden. You are important. Later on, I will give emphasis on this aspect. Moving on, of course, emotions, feelings are part and parcel of our life. If you are feeling lost, which is normal sometimes, okay? If you're feeling lost, according to sa positive psych SG, yes, one, ask yourself, what does your brain and your heart tell you? Pause for a while. Hmm, I am a school director. I am the deputy secretary. I am a teacher. I am a mother. I am a student. I am a teacher. Whatever your background is, we will experience sometimes feeling lonely and feeling lost. So ask yourself, use our cognitive. What does your brain and heart tell you? But after asking that, do something productive for you, no matter how small. So, for example, you want to have your modules done one at a day. For example, you want to know how to plant. Start from one plant. For example, you want to know how to cook. Start from one recipe. You want to start your business? Start from your feasibility study. Do something. There is a connection between one and two. One is on the cognitive, two is on the action. It is more on the behavioral. And three is brain dump. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes and write out everything on your mind. Either it is positive or negative, just write it. And then take some time to think if what you're really pursuing is really valuable to you. Why? Because you are not a burden. You are a special person. You are unique. And as someone close to you, what kind of person they see you? Are you a trustworthy person? Are you troublesome? Are you overthinker? Are you the person they can really rely on? Whatever it is, positive or negative, go with it. Accept it. Why? Because number 6 says, sit through your thoughts. Go for a walk or read a book to sort through your thoughts. So it is a me time. Whatever a me time you want to do it. So that you can have what we call a moment of me time and to reflect because of busyness of world, because of deadlines, because of reports, because of our concerns, we tend to forget to reflect. And number 7, set aside to do what brings you joy and stimulate creativity because this will give you a stronger sense of purpose. So what if I really love to draw? Other people don't want to draw. It's yourself. So what? Other people don't like to be engaged in Facebook or on social media, in TikTok, but I really love to do because it gives me my me time. It shows me who I really am. So it's your choice. And that's why number 8 says, go back to your goals and focus on things one step at a time. One step at a time. And this is the reason why if you are engaged with yourself, you will not compete with other people. If they are successful, enjoy their success and be what? Show your gratitude and show your appreciation. Bro, girl, sir, ma'am, kuya, ate, my beloved brother, my beloved sister, congratulations. there will be no jealousy in your heart. At the same time, you will think that, okay, my time will also comes in. And of course, they will also be happy for my success because I show my appreciation for their success. So if you will not compete with other people, if you show gratitude, you will avoid misunderstandings. You will be competitors. You will only focus on your goal, on yourself. At the same time, it's easy for you to collaborate because you will don't have any other hidden motive. Your motive is to collaborate, period. That's it. And of course, you have number 9, you have more control than you think. Being out of your comfort zone can bring greater meaning than expected. So, in this time of pandemic, all of us say that it's difficult. Why? Why it is difficult? Because we say goodbye to our comfort zone. We are used to travel. We are used to say hello friend and say at the same time you will hug or kiss each other. But now, hello friend virtually. It's for what? We are out of our comfort zone. But being out of our comfort zone now will also give us opportunity to be reflective, to show that, oh my gosh, for the longest period of time, I forgot myself. I always look into to the well-being, to the well-being, to the life of other people, this, accomplishing that. But now, we had time to reflect and take note. We are now out of our comfort zone and we have we because of out of comfort zone we have greater achievements based, take note, based on our perspectives. So moving on, according to Mental Health Wellness Wales, on November 11, 2018, wala pa ang pandemic, but we have difficulties in life that time. So it means that anxiety is present in itself in many different ways. So please be observant with other people, your colleagues, your friends, your family members. Sometimes they are suffering from anxiety, but we are not aware of it because anxiety is present even though we have the desire to control people and events. We have difficulty getting to sleep or oversleeping, feeling agitated or angry. Nakita lang yung iyong hindi pantay na kilay, binigyan ka ng comment, Madam, take a moment, ayusin po ang kilay, galit ka na. So, it's feeling agitated or easily to be angered. Next, defiance and other challenging behaviors. Having high expectations for self, including schoolworks and sports. Actually, this is now the most challenging part on the part of teachers, students, and even parents. Avoiding activities or events. So, nawawala sa eksena or what missing in action, pain in the stomachs, and headaches. So physiological, struggling to pay attention and focus, intolerance or uncertainty, crying and difficulty over planning for situations and events, and feeling worried about situations or events and others. So these are our what we call the red flags or what we call our warnings that some people are suffering or even us are suffering from anxiety. But please take note that we have two anxiety, the normal anxiety and the clinical anxiety. The I feel anxious versus the I have an anxiety disorder. This is only a short um, difference between the two. So normal anxiety, it is related to a specific situation, or a problem. Take note, it is a specific situation or problem, such as for teachers preparing our module, for me preparing my talk. And then it only lasts as long as the situations or problem. After my talk, I can say, Hanja, I'm done. So other experiences you have, it's the same like that. It is a proportional to the situation, and it is a realistic response to a realistic problem or a situation. So, for example, okay, you are replanting your plants, so you are choosing what colors, what kind of pot you will use, what kind of variety of plant you will plant, and other aspect. That's a normal anxiety because a specific situation, specific problem, it is the time is very short, and at the end of the situation or problem, you can say, I survive, and that is. But if it is clinical anxiety, you have the opposite of the normal. You are now unexpectedly for seemingly no reason. The anxiety response situation or problem may be such stronger than they would expect. And other, for us, feeling anxious, nervous, restless, or tense, and others, don't, don't be afraid to say that I need help. Is there is an available life coach, guidance counselor, spiritual counselor, psychiatrists, psychologists, clinical psychologists, or even a person without a degree but full of wisdom. Take note, we have to seek guidance. We need to seek medication. And for that, please, please, I repeat, note, do not self-diagnose. That's why there is a call for those people who have conducted self-diagnose using the available materials in the net. Please take note that check the validity and reliability because self-diagnose, self-diagnosing is synonymous to self-medication. Self-medication without, if it is in the physical health, without the strict prescription of the doctor is dangerous. So same goes with the mental health. Now, if someone can be depressed, of course, there is what we call depression, but someone is suffering from this mental illness, but they can still smile, get good grades, go out with friends, have a job, laugh, and eat. Because depression has many faces. Just because they are not in bed, crying and isolating, which are the common red flags, it doesn't mean they are not depressed. So, why? What people think about causes of depressions are the following: weaknesses, laziness, inability to suck it up. But actually, what actually causes depression are the following. We have trauma, we have abuse, neglect, bullying, chemical imbalance, grief and loss, overworking, excess stress or chronic stress, being the carrier at the expense of their own well-being, genetic factors, lack of fulfillment, lifestyle factors, body image influences, perfectionism, lack of social support, low self-esteem, chronic fatigue, and that's why depression is a very complicated illnesses. There's not a simple solution that allows one to adjust snap out of it. It means that if you are depressed, it's not an overnight change of mental state. And please remember this, break the stigma. So you and I are advocate for breaking the stigma about mental health. And as an example is on depression. And if you will look into what are the actual causes of depression, we will go back to our model, the biological, the sociological, and the psychological aspect. So for that, let's review according to RGO Psychology Review Center. There is an happy hormones and neurotransmitters. So we have four neurotransmitters. The happy chemicals we have. Please bear with me on this topic because all of those suggestions for the succeeding slides are based on these neurotransmitters. We have dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. So let's take them one by one. Dopamine, it is the reward chemical. So if it is the reward chemical, if you have deficiency or lack of it, it will what? Affect you. Please check yourself if you manifested this deficiency. Procrastination, low self-esteem, lack of motivation, low energy or fatigue, inability to focus, feeling anxious, feeling hopeless, mood swing, and how to increase is meditate, daily to-do list, long-term goals, food rich in L. Another one is oxytocin, the love hormone. We have also deficiency and how to increase happiness level. Another one, the serotonin, the mood stabilizer. So we have the deficiency and how to increase. And endorphin, the painkiller, deficiency, and how to increase happiness. I will not discuss them one by one because of the limited time. I will share this presentation to our technical working group so that you can have your own copy to review. But I want to give emphasis that we have the happy chemicals based on the IEC of the RGO Psychology Review Center. And so, in response to World Health World Month, October is a World Month, the UN Women Asia and the Pacific have these tips. We have four tips to stay well and be well. One, track gratitude and achievements with a journal. Work your strengths. So get a good night's sleep and experiment with a new recipe. So it is also presented in the previous slides, but what I want to note, the previous slides are connected to this slide, wherein the UN really also take into consideration how to maintain the mental health of women and men. Now, I want to share with you one of the webinars of Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporated by Father Chodolo Pamintuan Gonzalez, which is shared by the Guidance and Counseling Services of the PPSU-SC. According to Father Gonzalez, we have the definition of resiliency or resilience. In short, resiliency is your ability to bounce back of any negative situations in life. According to him, how do we practice resiliency in times of COVID-19? So there is an acronym which is we need a crown. According to him, crown stands for C for confidence in times of crisis, relate R for relate your story, O for opportunity to help, and Y, the W for why to live for, and N for nourish and nurture. So let's take it a short discussion on the C. Confidence in times of crisis. You can show your confidence, but if you want to show your confidence, the number one thing is you love yourself, your self-worth, so that you can have an easy way to express your confidence. So we have the tips, the sacred space, objective and fake news self-assessment. Okay? Now we have what I mean for the self-assessment here is not on the psychometric, but it is your personal rating of yourself. How well are you in terms of confidence? Okay? R4, relate your story. Remember to return home within, recognize your real self in order to remember who you are. So ask yourself the following questions so that you can relate your story to your loved ones and even to yourself by writing a journal or your diary. Opportunity to help. It is on the concept that no man is an island. We need other people to survive. So in we need other people to survive. We also responsible to share ourselves to the other people. So that's our tips. And then the why is why to live for. Realizing the reason why we live for and help us bear with almost anyhow. So that's why according to him, the wisdom of the cross. So it is for the Christian belief, and for those who are non-Christian, you have your own you have your own um, what we call this reference for your spiritual aspect. So I repeat, according to Father Gonzalez, in terms of COVID, we need a crown. A crown for stands for confidence in times of crisis, relate your story, opportunity to help, why to live for, and the nourish and nurture. The nourish and nurture is simply put on the our desire to fortitude and our desire to continue our day-to-day activity even with the existence of COVID. So that's why one of the articles that is shared is that we need to coexist with COVID, but not only on COVID, but even other challenges of life. Now, so if you are a teacher, parent, student, and even other professions, or simply you are a mother now, right now, and we have some stresses, we can feel burnout. So what are the stages of burnout? So we have 5. I hope that all of us, we will not experience burnout, but that is a wishful thinking because in one time or another in our lives, we will experience it. So we have stages of burnout. We have honeymoon. So we have the symptoms and what to do. Onset of stress, symptoms, and what to do. Next, chronic stress, symptoms, and what to do. Burnout, symptoms, and what to do. And habitual burnout and common symptoms and what we should do. So, once you receive this presentation, get a pen or you use your laptop or your gadget, please take a self-reflective session with yourself and check what stages of burnout are you in. Or if you are not on any stage, congratulations for now. But if in time you will experience, don't forget to look back at this presentation and check yourself. Now, how to recover from a burnout? So, if in case you are in stage 1, stage 2, or any stage, please, we have this one. Practice psychological detachment. So we have a concept of detachment. So in the process, in the learning theory, we have the classical conditioning. We have other theories. Okay, please detach. How? What are the stimuli? So gadgets, activities, or other things. Set aside your phone, work-related activities. Don't think about work. So it's your choice. What psychological detachment you want to do. Second is relaxation. Either you talk to a nature, walk in nature, listen to music, read a book, or do not scroll. Of course, just the staring. It is also a form of relaxation. Next, practice mastery. Seek out opportunities to do, learn things unrelated to work. So there is what we call in the past work and non-work life balance, now work and life integration. So you can, hey, you are not a robot. You can rest. You can pause. Sa Tagalog, hey girl, hey boy, pwede kang magpahinga. And control. Choose how to spend your time and do things the way you want to do them. Of course, all of us have 24 hours, but we have different style for managing our time. It's okay, whatever your management style is. There's no perfect and one. There is no one mandated time management style. Again, it will boils down to you as a person. And how to unleash your full potential. Of course, you are experiencing burnout, you have your strategies, or you have challenges, or you have some triggering situations or factors that really affect your mental health. So, but according to one article that I have read, if you know your potential, if you know your capacity, or in other term, you know your self-efficacy, it's really important to unleash your full potential. So how? According to this, we have the Positive Psych SG, train your brain to learn new things by embracing uncomfortable situations, or again, go out of your comfort zone. Set small, realistic goals. So that's life planning. Don't listen to those who are only trying to bring you down. There is a well-known story of the deaf frog wherein because of he unintentionally didn't listen to the sound of those people, other frogs who are saying that you can't do it, he survived he reached the goal. Commitment is the compulsory factor. Commitment is simply said that you need to practice self-discipline. Next, accept failures as valuable learning experiences. We have a lot of biographies and autobiographies, people who are well known in the world that from failures they achieve success. There's no shame in getting support. Okay, don't be afraid to say, I have been difficulty in this aspect. Ma'am, sir, I am not feeling well right now. Sis, I need your hug. Father, mother, I want to sleep and I want to be alone for that moment, getting support. And last, set your own benchmark and avoid comparison. As I mentioned a while ago, do not compare yourself because if you are comparing yourself to the other people, you are insulting yourself. Why you are insulting yourself? Because you are insulting your capabilities, your abilities, and your opportunities to shine in your own horizon and uh, in your own horizon at the same time in your own way. Now, we have some 6 steps to self-care according to note.com. We need to sleep, slow down, be grateful for what you have right now, be kind. The world needs it. Be closer to God, love yourself, and embrace your flaws. Flaws, I should say. And another one, TAU now this is an example of an activity. So TAU now is observing mental health daybreak. So all of us are both faculty, administrators, students are enjoying this mental health daybreak. And the Office of Student Services and Development prepared this TAU self-care bingo. So we need to choose or others you can have you want to observe to what? To have a break for a while and take care of your mental health. I hope other organizations, other institutions in the Philippines or outside the Philippines can imitate or can benchmark on this activity of TAU that can be implemented, okay, in your respective organization and in your own country. And according to Western Visayas Psychological Support for COVID-19, released in June 15 at 8 p.m., let's try to appreciate things from a different angle. So this is from the negativity to positivity. Instead of saying this, try this. Sending an impulsive text because you are triggered from your emotions. Sabi in Tagalog, hindi ka daw magaling at bakit siya ba ang magaling? Sabihin ko sa kanya. Kinuha ang cellphone, tinext. So, it will have a domino effect. In English, it is what we call you are triggered with the negative feedback from a colleague. So you what we call text it in a negative way, but according to this page, write a note to yourself, which is both of this release your anger. But this one is more on a positive, letting out a love, lashing out a loved one, go on a solo walk, me time for a while. Butting up your feelings, listen to your favorite album, going into overthinking spiral, watch a light-hearted show, and of course, comparing yourself to others, make a list of things you're grateful for. To give emphasis on this, the School of Positive Psychology, respect begets respect. But people forget that in showing respect, from showing respect, we tend to forget the following important variables in respect. So in respect, because respect, we need to show our accountability, safety, honesty, support, cooperation, and even trust. And how to be non-toxic. Hmm. How to be non-toxic so that you cannot influence other people to be toxic. Stop making everything an issue. Be objective. Stop reacting to everything. Learn to be supportive. Humble yourself, admit your mistakes, and be more thankful. And now, please remember the unwritten rules. So if you open it, close it. If you unlock it, lock it. If you break it, find something to fix it and others. These are simply basic things that people tend to forget. So, and these are some of the causes of misunderstanding and other um, misunderstanding among people. Next, and I am almost near with my presentation, near to the end of my presentation. I want to show with you other food for thought. I said it, food for thought. Think positive. Overthinking is the biggest cause of our happiness. Please don't overthink. Don't overthink. Keep yourself occupied. Keep your mind off things that you don't help you think positive. It is normal to think negatively, but we can shift our mind to think positive. And that's why it is important too. Like the Project Luminance, we have this one. If somebody is feeling pressured, you can do the following. Don't worry about what others think. Forget about perfectionism. Focus on the process, not on the outcome. Be okay with your mistakes and failures. Just do it. Cut down on busy work and unimportant stuff. Take it easy. Take 30 belly breaths or breathing. And how to help a family or a friend during crisis, because one of the based from the profile, some people ask this, or some participants ask this question. So how to help a family or a friend during crisis? You have this tips on how to assist our family or friend. Just be there, sorry, just be there to listen. Listening, but what was we call attentive listening. Next, empathize with the other person's situation, not only sympathize, but empathize. Next, understand your and express your understanding. There is no easy solution, which is unnatural. So that's why we have plan A, plan B, plan C, and so on and so forth. Fourth is tell a story. That's why now in the if in social media and other platforms, we have sharing experiences. How did they survive mental health illness? How did they survive the COVID-19? How do they survive being a rape victim, being bullied, and others? Next is expand is her perspective. That means sometimes people have a negative concept because of what? Because of a what? A limited um, frame of reference. That's why I started my talk in the concept that eyes is blind if the mind eyes should not only I will be blind if the mind is closed. Next, help your friends get in touch with their values. Either your friend is from the Philippines or not, either you met personally or not, show that you are a true friend. Validate his or her feelings in the situation. Actually, we have rephrasing, paraphrasing, and other techniques. And now, ask how can I help? So your willingness to be at their side. If you feel compelled to give advice, do so in a non-patronizing way. What is a patronizing? No, way. See, that's a, okay, when I am in your situation, I did this, I did that, etc. It's a patronizing way. So be empathic and what you can do is what? First, assist him or her in the process, in the processing of his or her emotions. And 7 things to master before this year ends. So we are in October. So we have um, more than 2 months left, but you can still do it according to note.com. Self-love. Don't case someone, you are not a dog. Self-love is this. Okay? If somebody, I always say it to my students and other colleagues, if you had a breakup, just simply say, it's not my loss. It's your loss because this is me. If you don't love me, it's okay. I love myself. And now, know your worth. Be closer to your God. Save space for people who matter. Value those people who love you. Leave what isn't for you. If it is not for you, accept it. If it is for you, be grateful. And lastly, love yourself. And according to UPLB Learning Resource Center, you need to always check yourself. Be better, be better. You're human, it's okay. And according to Team Laika, believe in yourself even when no one else is will. So as long as you believe in yourself, you can do it. And of course, according to B, succeed. Dear me, don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing okay. There's nothing wrong for being who you are. Let's celebrate you. I'm proud of you. And the only people who deserve to be in your life are the ones who treat you with love, kindness, and respect. And before you sleep, don't forget to talk to your God. Surrender all your worries. In Filipino, laban lang. Nasa tabi mo si God, you will never be alone. And of course, you are not weak because you survived this day. We survived the how many months of this pandemic. And of course, we need to distance ourselves from people who give us stresses and move closer to those who bring out the best in you. And as a wise man said, don't be afraid to start over again. This time, you're not starting from scratch because you're starting from experience. And that's why enjoy the moment until it becomes a memory. This is engagement is a memory for all of us. And you have survived this before, you will survive it again. And of course, tomorrow will be better. And God has a wonderful way of turning negatives into positive, so relatable, and a day with a positive thought. And of course, even if you cannot change all the people around you, you can change the people who choose to be around. Life is too short to waste your time on people who don't respect you, appreciate, and value you. Spend your life with people who make you smile, laugh, and feel love. So, unsolicited advice, you should have your personal checklist. Who are the people who brings out the best in you? Please be with them always. And who are the people who shows you the worst? And please avoid them. And be young at heart like me. So my nickname is Young. Be young at heart, no matter what's your age. The sense of gratitude, the sense of being thankful, the sense of the child in me. The child in me, it is the child in me is our inner source for dealing with the challenges of life. And credits, nawala po yung slides ko. This is credits to Facebook and Google Images. So I hope you learned something from this presentation. I avoided the technicalities because I want you to reflect from the various tips, messages from the various Facebook pages and images. And I hope that my time in the preparation, organizing this presentation will be helpful to you and even and for that, because we observe inclusiveness, I will end my presentation with this statement. Thank you in different languages, even it is only presented in Filipino. Again, thank you for listening and thank you for your engagement. May I request everybody to use the chat box and say it is a wonderful time to be with you if you agree. If not, it's okay. Thank you and God bless everyone.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marianne P. Villaruel, for that. Your talk is just a reminder for people who are suffering from mental health to remember that they are not a burden, rather they are deeply loved and cherished. And for people who are terminologies mentioned in the introduction of this presentation, time and attention, being thankful, and sowing seeds of smile, that is to give them their fair share of to help them see things to be thankful about and show one another a seed of a smile. Okay, thank you po ulit. Now, let us proceed to the open forum. May I request our speaker to answer some questions from our participants. And for our participants, you may send your questions using our chat box. You may type in your questions, Paul. We have okay, we have here a question, Ma'am Yang, from Miss Lord Lena. What were your thoughts regarding the signs and symptoms of the mental health issue in this new normal?
Come again, come again, Ma'am Mariela. What is the question?
Ma'am, the question is, what were your thoughts regarding the signs and symptoms of this mental health issue in this new normal?
Okay, the signs and symptoms of mental health, we have, as I mentioned a while ago, we have the physiological, the psychological, and the sociological. So we have different signs and symptoms for different mental illnesses. Actually, I didn't deal with that um, topic very much because of the technicalities of that mental illnesses. Actually, we have in the field of psychology, we have the diagnostic and management manual. That's why we encourage you to seek professional help. As I gave emphasis a while ago, self-diagnosis, self-diagnosing is not healthy for to really deal with mental illnesses. And that's why I gave an example between anxiety, what is a normal anxiety, and what is a clinical anxiety. So I think, ma'am, if it will look into my personal perspective on that question is, you will not suffer from clinical mental illnesses if you maintain your well-being, if you take care of yourself. Because if you take care of yourself, that's why we had a lot of information pertaining on how to maintain our our mental well uh, healthy, because we want to avoid mental illnesses. And that is the main purpose of observing month of October as the World Mental Health Month. I hope
Thank you
that
very much, Dr. Marianne.
welcome, Ma'am Mariela.
Yes po. Any more questions? I think there are no questions to be raised po, and it seems that everyone is already satisfied with the presentations that you presented to us. So, as a token of gratitude for sharing your expertise, we would like to present this certificate of recognition. A citation reads, this certificate is awarded to Dr. Marianne Villaruel for the invaluable services rendered as a speaker in the webinar series TIK-Talk, Transformative and Informative Knowledge Talk for the topic Mental Health and Wellbeing on the 16th day of October in the year of the Lord 2020 via Google Meet. Signed, Dr. Arlene B. Tomas, OIC Dean College of Education. Signed, Dr. Max P. Guillermo, University President. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being engaged with me this hour.
Thank you again, Dr. Villaruel and Ms. Espiritu. Before we close this program, may we remind the participants to accomplish the participant profile form using the link provided in the chat box for the Google Meet and in the Facebook Live description box. And now, let us listen to Ms. Mergy Julian Patricio, the College Chair for Extension and Training, for her closing remarks.
Hi everyone! Good afternoon! Ayan. Ayan. Kamusta? I hope marami po kayong napag-aralan sa session natin today, which is Mental Health and Wellbeing, as discussed by our Dr. Marianne P. Villaruel. Okay. Thank you again, Dr. Marianne, for generously sharing your thoughts and a lot of tips on how to deal with mental health and well-being. Okay. Normally, our depression rate here in the Philippines is actually 5.3%. But as of May 2020, a research study revealed that our depression rate raised from 5.3% to 33%. So, very alarming yung increase niya. That's why these topics under mental health and well-being are very timely. Actually, this is our part 2 of discussing our topic, which is mental health and well-being. And again, participants, thank you for sharing your time with us. I hope marami talaga kayong natutunan sa talk ni Ma'am Marianne. And remember, Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and don't forget to love yourself. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Marianne kanina, don't forget the self-love and self-respect. Okay, happy Mental Health Day! Thank you, everyone! Thank you, Ma'am Marianne!
You're welcome.
Thank you po, Ma'am Mergy. And that ends the second episode of TIK-Talk. We invite you to join us again in the next webinar on the topic Global Citizenship Education, Internationalization of Education. You may check the Facebook fan page of TAU College of Education for more information. Again, thank you very much and may you have a good day.
Salamat po. Ma'am Yang, thank you.
Welcome po. At your
Si
service.
Anto, I miss you.
Miss you too, sis. Can you come normal?
Dito nag-express ng ano, no? Ng pagmamahal.
Express your love.
Nakakaloka. Very timely talk mo, Ma'am Yang. Nakinig din si Zuriel.
Salamat po.
Kasi ang lesson niya, love yourself.
Correct.
Sa homeroom guidance.
Sir Marlon, mag-group picture tayo?
Yeah, pero it's recorded naman. Pero sige, we can probably invite those who are still here with us to open their cam. Naririnig niyo ako?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's open our cam. And sorry for those who have left already from the meet. Okay, may I request everyone to on the line to open his or her cam or with our dear speakers. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time with us. Hopefully,
Hi, Ma'am Yang.
you were succeeding webinars. There you go. Kasi based on the registration, there are a lot of our participants in different places in different countries from other countries as well. Yeah, so really